I look good. Hey, y'all. What's up? What's up? What's up? It's me, your homegirl, LaDosha, the author of Curly Hair Adventures and What They Don't Tell You at the Hair Salon. I'm working 2 live feeds. One, I'm on Instagram over here. What up, my Instagram family? And then I'm over here with Facebook. And so my colleague back there rocking out some work, her name is Cheddar. So Cheddar said, LaDosha, I want you to go live and I want you to give people information about protein. So this live feeder is all about protein facts. So here are some of the things that we hear a lot about protein in hair salons. So number one, we always hear is that proteins are really bad for your hair. Okay, so don't believe the hype. And the complaint about protein, maybe it's not a complaint, perhaps it's just a legitimate concern. And so the legitimate concern is that proteins, they make your hair too hard. Can we turn that down a little bit because I'm getting a feedback? Okay, I just said, can you turn that down a little bit because I'm getting a little feedback? And so the proteins people are saying that the proteins, they make your hair feel hard, they make the hair stiff. Some people even complain that proteins, they make your hair brittle. So proteins, they get a very, very bad rap in hair care. So here's what they don't tell you at the hair salon about hair proteins. First things first, hair is protein. Can I make this more abundantly clear? Hair is protein. Fingernails, the protein. So hair is protein, nails protein. So it is imperative that you use protein throughout every single phase of styling and hair care. If you don't, I promise you, by the time you reach my age, which is 21, shut up, Cheddar. Shop. Y'all be quiet now. Tina, don't you say nothing, Tina. By the time you reach my age at 21, then you will not have the quality of hair. So a lot of concerns, especially, women and men. I see we got some men on the feed as well. What's up, Hassan? So people are really concerned about the integrity of their hair, particularly as we age. So when we're talking about integrity, we're talking about like performance. So like when you do things to your hair, does the hair respond or is it always crumbling off? Is it limp? Is it weak? Is it fragile? So these are legitimate concerns that people have about their hair, whether they're wearing weaves, whether they're just, putting color in it, whether they're doing undercuts. It doesn't matter. The integrity of hair is always on the minds of many. So the best way to preserve the integrity of the hair is to use proteins. Protein should be, to me, in every phase of your hairstyling. Why? Because you're always manipulating the fiber, meaning the strands of hair. And so when you don't do that, like I said, over a period of time, especially if this is a practice. So if you as a hair designer or you as a novice at home doing your hair and you're not using protein, if you're using heat on the hair, if you're doing twists on the hair, if you're doing braiding on the hair, if you're doing flat ironing, any type of manipulation on the hair, roller sets, you're stretching that fiber. And so over a period of time, then the fiber will just be limp because you're not replenishing it. So therefore, the integrity of the hair is now not looking like much. And so then there's the complaint that the chemicals are bad for the hair, or the heat is bad for the hair, or those braids or that weave, took my hair out. No, it didn't, okay? It just don't work that way, people. That's what they don't tell you at the hair salon. And you guys out here in the social media world with these devices in your hand, you want the truth. You want the hardcore facts. So the fact is that when you're manipulating the hair, you're compromising the fiber. That's number one. Number two, when you go outside, you're compromising the fiber. Why? Because oxygen. Oxygen makes everything old. Your skin, your car, it makes your boobs sag. I got on a good bra. Thank Lord I got on a good bra today, okay? So oxygen is responsible for why we're aging, period. So proteins, they also act as an antioxidant thus warding off, you know, the elements, the moisture, the sun. You know, these things are very harmful to us as humans, so we need to protect, and this is how we stay youthful longer. So I don't want to hear no stuff about well, black don't crack. Oh, yes it do, okay? Black does crack, and so does hair. So that is only going to take you but so far. So to preserve your beauty, you need to have protein. So I don't care if you're male or female. And why? Because whenever we manipulate this fiber from brushing and combing and wrapping or even putting a wig on it, whatever we're doing to it, we are compromising these protein layers. So here's what they don't tell you at the hair salon. Each strand of hair, all fibers, pretty much have about 2 to 3 protein layers. Now, some people only have 2, some people have 3. So the stronger, the thicker the hair, the more, you know, you'll have those 3 layers. So your outer layer, that's your cuticle. So that layer is responsible for how the hair looks and feels. So if you like my hair, what's up, wig? What's up, wig? What's up, wig? Is in the easy. So wig, if you like my hair, hit the heart button. And people always compliment me on my hair. I've always received compliments on my hair, and my mama always used protein on my hair. Really, she did. I'm not making this stuff up. And so that outer layer, that's the first layer. So that is mostly the protein layers that all humans' hair are comprised of. So these layers, you need to protect these the most because they protect the second layer. So that second layer of protein is where the color. So all this artificial color, the way that I can flat iron it, if I decide to wear my hair curly, whoever giving me those hearts, because that means you feeling me, okay? So the second layer is responsible for the color, the curls, the integrity. That's where the strength is. But there's so much emphasis put on the outer layer, which is your keratin. I love your hair too, wig. So the keratin is just one piece of it. The keratin is, you know, it's kind of like, you know, the fat on the chicken. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, you have to make sure that you are not just frying it and cooking it. Because you can fry some chicken and it can look really good and it can be pretty and crunchy and all that. And when you go to bite into it, guess what? That shit ain't done. And that's how hair is. And so you have to make sure that you're cooking, you're prepping the hair properly. So if you're in a hair salon or if you're at the beauty supply store or wherever you're buying your hair care products from, and you're just buying protein that says keratin, 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 I don't know, you know, that's only one aspect of it. So you need proteins that's going to protect that outer layer, and then you want proteins that's going to also protect the second layer. So what does that mean, protect? That means it's going to replenish. So we lose these outer layers, like I said, whenever we comb it, whenever we brush it, whenever we're outside, when we're sweating and we're working out and the hair is responding. When we flat iron it, she's back there flat ironing it. So she's putting protein. So these are the ways that we remove the proteins off the hair. So when that outer layer, when these proteins come off, then that second layer is exposed. And that's when your color, it starts to look all janky, and then your curls, they don't hold. You know, you're talking about the relaxer, it took my hair out. No, it didn't. It's because your technician probably doesn't know anything about what? Protein. It's just the bottom line, because that's the only thing the relaxers are doing to the hair. They're using man-made salts and some chemicals to do what? Zap out the moisture, and what that's going to do? Cause the texture to relax. What's going to straighten the hair is them hot-ass flat irons back there she's using. So the relaxer is not really going to make the hair straight unless you do what? Over-process it. So, you know, now you see where we're going with this. When you over-process, that means you're compromising the protein layers way too much. And so relaxers are they get the bad rap. But to be honest, the real reason why that hair is collapsing, you're not getting the integrity of the curl pattern to come back, or whatever is because you're not replenishing the protein throughout your process. So when you shampoo the hair, you are manipulating that outer layer microscopically. That's why you have to shampoo it effectively. It's not just about feeling good. You're gonna feel good if you know what you're doing. Like, you know, kind of like sex, you know what I'm saying? If you know what you're doing, it's gonna feel good. If not, I don't know what to tell you. So that's how hair care is. You have to know what you're doing. Don't be turned around. You know you have sex, okay? All right, so here we go. It's just that simple. So now that you understand that when you are manipulating the fibers, you're always moving that protein layer off. So what you want to do is to use products and techniques that do what? Complement what the hair naturally does. So now the question is, well, what kind of protein should we be using? Now here's what I have to say about hair care products. Hair care products, they are like cars and liquor. So you have a hoopty and you have an Aston Martin. You got Brass Monkey and then you have Crystal. Now I ain't saying I drank Brass Monkey. Shut up, be quiet. Shut up, drink Brass Monkey. Thanks for the love. This is not Brass Monkey, okay? Brass Monkey is good. I'm from the hood, y'all. I like Brass Monkey. I'm keeping it 100. I like Brass Monkey. I ain't had it in a long time, but I do drink Brass Monkey. I have drank Brass Monkey. If you ever drank Brass Monkey or you ever drank Cristal, you will have to admit, they both gonna make you feel kind of funny. Now the question is, how do you want to feel afterwards? So that's how you buy your hair care products. So you go within your budget. I'm not in Cristal budget, and I've kind of moved, I've advanced a little bit past Brass Monkey. I know it don't look like it, y'all, but I swear for goodness, I don't drink Brass Monkey like I used to. So now what I do is I find my budget. So if your budget for hair care products, say like your protein, you only want to spend no more than 20 bucks. So now what you want to do is to get the best bang for your buck. Because remember, both modalities will get you there. The hoopty will get you downtown just like the Aston Martin. Cisco gonna give you a buzz just like the Cristal. The question is, y'all know y'all drink Cisco. Don't be hating on Cisco. They act like they don't know nothing about Cisco. Okay, anywho. So they're both gonna make you feel good. The question is, how? How do you want that to happen? So you take your money and then you want to find the best within the price range. And the best way to make sure you're getting what you pay for is to turn the bottle around to see where the protein is at in the ingredients. That's number one. Number two, then check your protein source. It's like KRS-One. You know, you want to hear a fresh rhyme? You got to go to the source. If you want the best protein, you have to go to the source. So what I'm going to do is give you my sources of protein. This is what we use here at the Revis Design Team. Now, they are all available to licensed professionals. Some are not available to the public for a reason, okay? And so go to school, get your license. Don't be trying to go online and no, we ain't gonna sell it to you under the table. So some are available to both the professional and the stylist, and some you have to go through a distributor, hence professional service, okay? I'm not knocking people going to the beauty supply stores, buying those little vials of, what's that stuff? Afro G. I'm not knocking Afro G. I'm just saying that to me, if you're a professional, you should be using professional products that are made by professionals. But you know, opinions are like cell phones, right? Everybody got one. So only take what I'm saying. You know. Okay, all right. So here we go. The best protein that we like off the Richter, we're going to go from top to the bottom. This is the Aston Martin. This is the Bugatti. This is the Wraith, the Rolls Royce, you know, the Maserati. You know, this is the creme de la creme of proteins. I think I've tried just about every protein on the market. I've spent $700 on protein. I've spent 99 cents on protein. And I'm telling you that in my professional opinion, and I think my hair represents, people stop me all the time about my hair. I'm telling you, they're always stopping me. So number one, Pelusi. I've always said it once, I'll say it again. Go to philippelusi.com. It retails for about 30 bucks. It's worth every penny. And I always give this man credit. He's a cosmetologist, by the way. So, and he's out of Pittsburgh. And so his protein is the best. Why? Because he has what's called USP ingredients, United States Pharmacopoeia. What's up, my fellow millionaires? Just hopped on the line. So this is the best protein. So his protein is so good, it's been vetted by the United States Pharmacopoeia, which means that the ingredients are doing what they say. That's number one. Number two, he also has hydrolyzed wheat. He also has soy. So you're talking about banging molecular level. So it's going to get into these little tiny fibers and do what they do. And then second, most of all, it goes to the second layer. So his protein is going to protect the outer layer, which is how your hair looks and feel. And then it's also going to go to the second layer, which is the integrity. That's why when I cut on my hair, it's not coming out. That's why when she flat irons her hair, she's getting this nice, rich, buttery result. So when you're talking about that red carpet, that Jennifer Lopez, that LaDosha, you know, look, this, we're not talking about weave, we're talking about human hair, which you can put this on your weave. So if you're spending like $200 on some fake hair that you sew into your head, you better get you some Philip Pelusi and not be putting that stuff. Come on now, that hair weave costs a lot of money. So invest and charge your clients accordingly, so you know what what your price is. And clients don't mind paying because they're going to see the results. My customers, they see my hair. They're like, you know what, for real, your hair do be looking good, okay? So number one, we've got Philip Pelusi. Next up, one of my personal favorites, I use this, is Satin Tame. Everybody should know Mr. Trust. If you are a cosmetologist or a barber and you don't have Decca in your salon, come on, people. It's not a black thing, it's a hair thing. So all these products are for all people. Forget the race and all that stuff. Remember, it's just about your money. So if you really don't have $30 to invest in that, that's okay. It's not that serious. You can get this one here, so if you're a licensed cosmetologist, you're going to have to contact Decca Plus, and there you can just go to their website, or you can call Mr. Trust and he'll come running to you. So this retails from, because different salons have different prices, from $11 and up. And so his protein, what makes this the bomb, is that it's complemented with what? Essential oils, hence Decca, which stands for 10. It translates rather into 10. So he has 10 plus essential oils mixed with his synthetic, proteins. So that's okay. People are like, it's got to be organic. Oh, shut the ham sandwich up. If you want organic, you can, but organic has to be a 7. So for those of us who have texture hair, that pH, that neutral 7, is not going to affect the cuticle. So if you have a lot of texture, then that means it's going to be hard to comb out. So to me, 7, I don't know. If you have a clientele that has a lot of texture, then please, guys, don't just do straight organic, because you're going to compromise it just trying to comb through it. So here I'm going to give a big Mr. Trust, and this is Decca Plus. Then next up, you're going to have to contact Mr. Sharp. Everybody know Mr. Leroy Sharp? If you know Mr. Leroy Sharp, come on and hit that heart button. That's right, Mr. Sharp, he's still doing the dang old thing out here. So contact Mr. Sharp. He has the best protein. I'm talking about, now that's a good bang for your buck, okay? Now this is only sold to licensed cosmetologists and barbers. So you cannot go, you can't YouTube this, you can't Amazon it, no, Bizzo, whatever his name is. He ain't got nothing on this. So you have to call Mr. Sharp. So this is called the Why Not line. And so he has about 3 different kinds of protein. So we use this in our salon, and we charge, what we charge for this treatment, Chad? So this was a $15 protein mud mask. And I'm telling you, we killed the game, for the season. And so if you are a cosmetologist, your customers, I promise you, they will love you. So this protein is kind of like Philip Pelusi's, but not as expensive. Okay? So this would be like a Mercedes, okay? All right, so Mercedes, Aston Martin. I'm just saying, okay? And so this would be like, you know, Cadillac, okay? No, we ain't doing no Impala proteins. I'm sorry, Chevrolet, okay? I'm just keeping it 100. So, but we want our guests to have the best. So again, I'm not knocking Impala proteins because we do recommend Impala type proteins like Infusium 23. So that's over the counter. You can go to like CVS, you can go to Walgreens, and that works really good. So I'm being very facetious when I say that. But we're professional salons, so that's our justification to why we prefer and we only use, you know, products that's for licensed cosmetologists. We don't do stuff over the counter. So why not? He has a mud mask, and then he also has, this is Cheddar's favorite. This is his hydrolyzed wheat protein. We're in the ration and stuff out here, so we don't waste too much stuff. So now we use the hydrolyzed protein. This you put on the hair before you flat iron it, okay? And so, or before you curl it, and it's wonderful. I mean, it makes the hair like thebomb.com. It smells good. Have your guests put it on their hands, and they will see the results, all right? And then last but not least, he has another one called Why Not? And so again, this one is for when you're blow drying or if you're using the Rev Air. So contact Mr. Sharp and he has the goods. So there you have it. That's the truth about proteins. Hair is protein. If you're a cosmetologist or a barber and you're not used to using proteins as a part of your service, I hope this video will inspire you. Feel free to just repeat everything I've said. The science is there. It speaks for itself. And I think my hair speaks for itself. There's a question. Will conditioners overprocess your hair? So we have a question. Oh gosh, my crush is online. Ooh, let me comb my hair. Hold on, wait a minute. Okay. Hey, crush. All right, that's my child. I'm never ashamed to say that I have a crush on Grandpa. What's going on? Okay, so now, here it goes. Will conditioners overprocess your hair? The answer is yes. As a matter of fact, I would say the number one culprit to people losing their texture, to people losing their hair, to people not having the strength of their hair, to people not even liking their hair, is because they're using too much conditioners. Conditioners, that overusage is coming from that slave narrative that black people's hair was difficult to manage. And so culturally, we've kind of adopted that because when we were enslaved, we were not allowed to bring over our hair care products. So our mindsets are coming from that when I wash my hair and the bush comes back, because my bush does come back, is that it's difficult to manage. So we slap on all these heavy conditioners, and then they overprocess our hair. And so what happens is the outer layer starts to come off. The second layer, which is where your texture and integrity is, and your hair color is exposed, and now your hair looks like crap. So that's a long answer, but you need to have the answer because I do understand that there are some licensed cosmetologists on the feed, and we need to unite and make sure that we're saying the same language, just like doctors and attorneys. We should all be speaking the same language. We have the science that will give us the opportunity to say this to our customers with confidence, and when our hair looks the part, even if you're wearing a weave, it doesn't matter. You can use all of these products on your hair additions. You can use these products on your locks. You can use these products on everything, even synthetic hair, especially the Satin Tame. So there you have it, the truth about protein. If you have any questions, you can direct message me or you can call me, or if you want, you can, of course, you can buy my book, What They Don't Tell You at the Hair Salon. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate your support. You know what I say when I'm always signing out, right? A whole lot of peace, a whole lot of love, and a whole lot of hair. And if you ain't got your hair, then rub your bald head. All right. Bye to my crush, okay? Bye. Thank you so much on Instagram. Thanks, guys. Peace.